With the start of a new year came new manga fans. If you are one of those fans, who only recently got into reading manga, or if you're just someone trying to find a good manga to read, then you are at the right place. Today I'll be giving you a list of the top 10 manga that reigned on top throughout the year of 2019. Now, let us get on with this list. Tensei Shitara Slime Datta Ken. Tensei Shitara Slime Datta Ken, or That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Ten-sura for short, is a manga that first started publishing back in 2015. Despite the fact that Ten-sura is an isekai manga filled with generic tropes, this manga gets a very high rating from the anime and manga community. This is because of how these tropes are actually implemented into the series. This manga is very funny and enjoyable. The art style is also quite decent and clean. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: this manga follows the story of Satoru Mikami, a quite ordinary 37-year-old man. One day, he is in the midst of a discussion with his colleagues when suddenly he gets stabbed by a passing robber. Fading out, he is startled by a mysterious AI-like voice reciting different commands. Satoru abruptly wakes up in the middle of a strange cave, but something odd has happened. He is now a goop of slime. Here, Satoru has bestowed a new name, Rimuru Tempest. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Okay, this manga is very unique. Kaguya-sama, Love is War is a very fresh take on the rom-com genre. The manga started publishing back in 2015. This manga gets a lot of love and has fans all over the world. The adorable romantic scenes and the humorous comedy scenes really make this manga a feast for your eyes. I personally am a huge fan of this rom-com. Now, let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: in this manga, we follow the story of our two main characters who are in love with each other. One is Miyuki Shirogane, a boy who is considered a genius because he has the highest grades in the whole country. And the other one is Kaguya Shinomiya, a wealthy and cute girl. They are both a part of the student council and work together every day. The two are often regarded as the perfect couple by students despite them not being in any sort of romantic relationship. Unfortunately, neither of them is willing to confess, as doing so would be a sign of weakness. Haikyuu! Haikyuu! Is a light-hearted sports manga. This volleyball manga has inspired young people all over the world to start playing volleyball. What I absolutely love about Haikyuu is that this manga seems real. It is not too intense like other sports anime but at the same time, is very engaging. Let us take a look at the plot of this masterpiece. Plot: in this manga, we follow the story of Hinata. Small-statured Hinata loves volleyball and finally manages to form a team in his last year of junior high school. His team enters in a volleyball tournament. However, his team is utterly defeated in their very first game against the school Kitagawa Daiichi, led by the genius, Tobio Kageyama. Hinata enrolls in Karasuno High School seeking to take revenge against Kageyama, but his plans are ruined when he opens the gymnasium door to find Kageyama as one of his teammates. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is my all-time favorite manga and also the #2 most popular manga in the entire world. This manga definitely deserves all the praise it gets. Attack on Titan is a very beautifully drawn action manga. This manga will always be an 11 out of 10 in my book. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: hundreds of years ago, horrifying creatures that resembled humans appeared. These mindless, towering giants, called Titans, proved to be an existential threat as they preyed on whatever humans they could find. The few remaining humans were forced to barricade themselves within large walls. In the present day, life within the walls has finally found peace, since the residents have not dealt with Titans for many years. Eren Yeager, Mikasa Ackerman, and Armin Arlert are three young children who dream of one day going out into the world outside the walls. My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is a shonen masterpiece. This shonen manga is neglected by some people as they think that it is just another Naruto or One Piece clone, but they are all wrong. My Hero Academia is the best example of a modern shonen, and it is next in line to take the spotlight after the previous generation shonen. The characters are all very unique in both personality and design. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: we follow the story of Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya lives in a world where 80% of the population is born having some kind of quirk, superpower. There exist a group of people called heroes, who use their quirks to defeat villains. Ever since he was a kid, Midoriya Midoriya has always dreamt of becoming like his number one hero, All Might. Unfortunately, one day, a 4-year-old Midoriya got his dream shattered. He found out that he belongs to the 20% population who are born without a quirk. However, everything changes after a chance meeting with the number one hero and Midoriya's idol, All Might. Discovering that his dream is not a dead end, the powerless boy undergoes special training, working harder than ever before. The Quintessential Quintuplets. This is the first rom-com on this list. The Quintessential Quintuplets is a quite casual light-hearted manga that you can easily enjoy over the weekends, without getting too invested in the story. The anime adaptation of the Quintessential Quintuplets was not quite as successful as the manga, as it did not manage to have the same level of appeal as the manga. The pacing is perfect in my opinion, and there aren't any annoying fillers added in to halt the progression of the story. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: this manga series shows the daily life of Futaro Uesugi, whose duty is to teach a group of quintuplets who are not doing well in high school. Futaro is a very gifted student who has always given the best performance. He took the job of teaching these quintuplets because it had good pay. The story shows us how the girls at first do not trust Futaro, but later, Futaro manages to befriend them and improve their grades. The Promised Neverland Season 2 release date. Both the manga and anime versions of this series are equally amazing. The Promised Neverland, or Yakusoku no Neverland, surprises us all in the very first episode by taking a sudden turn from a cute light-hearted manga to a very dark one. The story is quite fast-paced, and honestly, that's what makes it so good. This manga will always be a 10 out of 10 in my book. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: this manga follows the story of little orphaned kids who live in a mysterious place called the Gracefield House. They live under the supervision of their caretaker called Isabella, whom they refer to as Mama. All the kids are living a very happy carefree life with all their friends and are waiting to get adopted by a loving family someday. All of this suddenly changes however, when two of the kids, Emma and Norman, accidentally stumble upon a very dark secret. Their whole lives are completely flipped and the manga goes from having a happy and soothing theme to having an extremely horrifying theme. Kingdom. The Kingdom is a quite masterful historical military manga. This manga showcases the Chinese warring period in all its intensity. The manga is very brutal and shows us how wars are really fought. One thing I really loved about this manga is that it is very realistic. It shows us that a single person can't do anything in real battles. Real battles require cooperation. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: the plot of this manga follows the story of two boys who work as slaves and dream of one day becoming great generals. An opportunity arises when one of the boys is taken away to the capital. However, he returns on the brink of death. Shin, the other boy, vows he will continue their dream. He does everything he has to survive on the battlefield and become a superior commander. Starting from a 5-man team, he works his way up through every battle and every war, to get to the top. One Piece. Of course, a list like this can never be complete without the mention of One Piece. One Piece is seen as the godfather of all shonen series. One Piece first started airing all the way back in 1997, and it is still airing. The manga is so good that it has managed to stay relevant throughout all these years. One Piece defines what a shonen series should really be like. Let us take a look at the plot of this series. Plot: Gold D. Roger, a man referred to as the Pirate King, is set to be executed by the world government. But just before his demise, he confirms the existence of a great treasure called One Piece. The story of this manga series focuses on Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy seeks to be recognized as the king of all pirates, and to do that, he must find the treasure called One Piece. To do that you would definitely need a crew, and Monkey needs help to build up a crew. He becomes friends with a swordsman called Roronoa Zoro, and together they start the journey. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer is the second modern shonen on this list, after My Hero Academia, and this shonen series is also at the number 1 spot on this list. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer is the second modern shonen on this list, after My Hero Academia, and this shonen series is also at the number 1 spot on this list. Demon Slayer is a true masterpiece, which takes overused tropes from other shonens and presents them to us in such a way that we can't help but enjoy them. The character designs and story are both very unique in this manga. Let us take a look at the plot of this manga. Plot: it follows the story of a young hard-working boy named Tanjiro. Tanjiro at first was just a normal merchant, but one day, he returns home just to find out that his entire family has been massacred by a demon. His sister, Nezuko, was the only one who had survived the demon attack but had now turned into a demon herself. He vows to find a way to turn his sister back into a human and sets out on his journey to become a demon slayer.